Hi, my name is Brittany, and I've had an abortion.
Hi, my name is Emelda.
Okay, my name is Brittany, and I'm with the My Voice, My Choice leadership group through ChicagoAbortionFund. And pretty much what we do is just advocate for reproductive justice and health, and also for abortion rights. CAF, Chicago Abortion Fund, is what I'll be referring to as CAF tonight. They provide funds for women in need of an abortion and they're in their second trimester. They also provide other services for women after the initial contact and after the abortion. With me tonight is Emelda, but I call her M. She's the Client Services Coordinator at CAF. She's responsible for services provided for the women, such as the initial contact and support, the initial follow-up with the women, and a lot of other things. So thanks for joining me tonight, and why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit more about what it is that you do at CAF.
All right. Well, my name is Emelda, and I've been at CAF for about 4 years. I started as an intern, and then I became the Client Services Coordinator. Basically, what I do is I handle the phone calls from women and give them the grants or see if they qualify for our grants. I also deal with the clinics and occasionally help coordinate funding of women nationwide or outside of our general area. And I also do the initial follow-ups. We call a few weeks afterwards just to check in on the women.
Okay. Like I just said earlier, CAF focuses on second trimester abortions. Would you care to explain to us why that is? Yeah.
Okay. Well, second trimester abortions are after they begin at 13 weeks, and generally, we primarily assist with second trimesters because there are other funds in the Chicagoland area that deal with first trimesters, and also clinics that will help subsidize with first trimester abortions. But because second trimesters are so much more expensive than first trimesters, there isn't really another Chicago fund that deals with second trimesters, and there's also not one in the Midwest. There's some national funding, but we're the only one in the Midwest that focuses on second trimesters.
Okay. And so women receive the funding and the services through calling in. Based on the calls that you receive from the women, why do you think that they find themselves in need of an abortion at second trimester?
Okay. Well, a lot of the women basically in their second trimester, it's a race against time and money. They've tried to raise money, but the cost goes up every week or every 2 weeks, so they're having a hard time coming up with the money and then keeping it, and then the price goes up. Or sometimes they're in a situation where they don't realize how far along they are, and then occasionally there's a problem that occurs later on in the pregnancy that they need help with.
Okay, and I think we have a caller at this time. Go ahead, caller.
Hello.
Hello?
I was calling to ask a question about what's the like most weeks.
I'm sorry?
What's the most week? I mean, what's the highest week
In
during your pregnancy that you can get an abortion?
In Illinois, legally it's 23 and a half weeks, but there's also a second guideline which depends on how big the fetus's head is or something like that. So either one of those will determine how far along you are and if you can have it or not.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, caller.
So yeah, and occasionally it's just circumstances why women don't realize that they're that far along. Sometimes they're in an abusive relationship. Sometimes they're too young to know what to look for a pregnancy. Sometimes their life is just so hectic they didn't realize how far along they were.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me personally, I had to wait. I was forced to wait because I didn't have all the money to get the abortion before I was in my second trimester. I was working, barely making minimum wage, I believe, and my money was going towards rent. So it's like, and I was already a mother, so it's like, now I have to pay rent, I need an abortion, still raise my family, what am I going to do? So I know that was like the biggest reason for me. I was like, I was forced to wait until my second trimester. So thank goodness for CAF. Do you think that the recession has changed things at all?
Yes, it definitely has. In general, the women who call are in their mid-20s. They're working minimum wage jobs part-time if they're even working at all. The majority of them traditionally have been African American, they've been mothers, and they've been single. Since the recession, the amount of white women who have called have gone up. The amount of Latinas have gone up. The clients who are already mothers have also gone up from 68% to 74%. So a lot of women who traditionally could have paid for the procedure are finding themselves poor and unable to pay for the procedure, or women who traditionally maybe would have kept the pregnancy are just doing so badly financially that they can't. So there's a lot of different groups that traditionally haven't reached out to us that are, which is very indicative of the recession. We have some other statistics that have gone up.
Okay, 1 second. I do believe we have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. Hello?
Yes.
Hi.
Yes. I was wondering why have an abortion and you can put the baby up.
Thank you, caller. Right now, we're going to go to our information so you can find out how to get in touch with us.
And then some other statistics that have gone up since the recession started. The average week that women are calling have gone up. Normally when women call last fiscal year, they were about 17 weeks, and now they're closer to 19 weeks. And also, some of the statistics that have gone up is the risk for maternal health, where the mother's health is compromised because of the pregnancy or because of something that's going on with the pregnancy, has doubled.